Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not, and you're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan. But you knew that, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter Than Hellions. Welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is Steve, and across from me tonight is
BC.
And on his right is
Dylan.
No BB tonight. He's on the DL. Had a little injury. He's okay, though. However, we do have our second fifth Beatle, Brad Rusthoven, with us. How are you, buddy?
Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Welcome back. And, of course, Brad is from Slamfest podcast, my Thursday morning listen. And how's it going over there, Brad?
It's good. It's good. So, I was on not too long ago with you guys, and I think you asked me that question. And I said I'm nearing 300 episodes, and I still haven't gotten there. So, a couple more weeks, and we'll be at 300. But that's exciting milestone.
You know what it's like? It's like, I know you've been to Vegas, so when you're walking on the Vegas Strip, you're like, oh, there's Caesar's Palace. It's right there.
Yeah.
And you
Exactly.
walk in, and then 40 minutes later, oh, it's just right there. And then 20 more minutes, it's, oh, there it is. And then another 15 minutes, and then you're there.
It's that, yeah, that is what's amazing about that city, for sure, the Strip. Yep.
Yeah. And actually, now that Vegas is on the table, I'll just do a little news thing before I ask how everybody's doing while we're talking about it. Metallica announced today that they're going to be doing a residency at Sphere.
Yes.
Did you see that, Brad?
I did see that come across. Are they doing anything? Have they announced anything? Are they doing their album in its entirety? I haven't seen any of that.
They're continuing the no repeat.
Yeah.
For like
nice.
For the Thursday and Saturday shows, I think they
yes,
said.
the Thursday and Saturday ones.
So that's cool.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm kicking it around. You want to go, BC?
Somebody sent me a thing today. I wanted to go.
It's in October. Chooch.
There you go.
I looked at it. He goes, "Come on, let's go."
He's gonna have to start drinking again if he goes with us.
It's probably the best time weather-wise to be in
October.
Vegas.
Oh, absolutely. I've been out there in the fall. It's great.
Yeah, perfect weather.
Yeah. So, Brad, think about it.
Yeah, what's the? I didn't even see the specific dates. How long is it?
I think
going?
it starts like October 1st, and it's
like through the 31st.
something like that. And it's like just chunks.
Okay, so the whole month.
Yeah.
Very exciting. I like when bands do residency at Sphere because that's such a
No, I didn't.
like a unique situation that they could do. And I mean, U2 did it. Who else did it?
Eagles.
The
Eagles
Eagles.
did it.
Yeah.
Tool's supposed to do one too.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that, Steve. Yeah.
Let's get
I would
Dream
go to
Theater. Let's
that.
get DT in there.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So put that in your hopper. I asked the wife tonight. She's like, I don't want to go to that. I'm like, well, I'm thinking of going. She's like, go ahead. So I think it could happen. We could stay anywhere there. All right. Well, we'll kick that around. Anyway, Brad, besides Slamfest, how are you?
Good. Life is good. I'm actually getting on a plane tomorrow to fly to Omaha to visit my son in college. So that'll be a fun weekend. But yeah, life is good.
Are you hitting any shows out there?
I am not. Yeah, we're going to a basketball game on Saturday. But yeah, no shows. But my show count is building.
Okay.
This year, which is very cool, and it's quite a few bands either I haven't seen in a long time, which I know you guys have talked about going to kind of the same old stuff, and the set lists are getting stale, and I'm kind of making a conscious effort to choose some other type stuff, right, to kind of keep it fresh.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Dylan and I are going to see Joe Bonamassa on Monday. So that's
nice.
That's going to be freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. Still trying to talk BC into going. There's still tickets, BC. Anyway, BC, how are you?
Dealing with it everywhere.
BC's not having a good week.
From the people at work, it's God knows.
Well, we got to pick him up.
I know. Have another beer, BC. Slam down.
This episode will pick him up.
Absolutely.
This will be good.
Dylan, how about you? How are you?
Well, I'm a little nervous because the Survivor 50th season's premiering tonight, and I can't watch it till Friday. So I'm very nervous. I'm gonna get spoiled to like anything that happens because the algorithm knows that I like Survivor, so it's gonna just start showing me all the Survivor stuff.
Why can't you watch it till Friday?
Well, because Thursday I have something going on at like during the night, and then Friday is the day after, and I can't watch it tonight because I'm here.
Well, it's probably on Hulu or something. Watch
No,
it
it's
when you get home tonight.
No, it's going to be on Paramount Plus, but like I think it's going to be like an hour and a half long as the premiere, and like I don't have that time. I want to settle down into bed. I want to read. I want to. My bedtime's
What are you,
like
80?
My bedtime's like 10:30. I like to.
Oh, good lord!
I got a lot of client meetings I got to prepare for, so I like to get to bed early.
All right. So Dylan's putting us on the clock. That's what he's telling us, BC.
Yeah.
All right, let's. What else? Okay, so I skipped. And you guys see by the title, we're doing a little Maiden episode tonight, and a couple Iron Maiden announcements happened this week, which is kind of fortuitous, actually. And why don't you take the first one, Dylan?
Okay, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees for the class of 2026 were announced, and the nominees are the Black Crowes, Jeff Buckley, Mariah Carey, Phil Collins, Melissa Etheridge, Ms. Lauryn Hill, Billy Idol, In Excess, Joy Division / New Order, New Edition, Oasis, Pink, Sade, Shakira, Luther Vandross, Wu-Tang Clan, and this band called Iron Maiden. It was nominated as well.
Okay, I don't know who. All right, I'll go through it. I don't know who Jeff Buckley is.
You don't know Jeff Buckley?
No.
He's not.
No.
He's rocking.
Lauryn
Yeah,
Hill,
he's rocking.
I've heard the name.
Lauryn Hill was part of the Fugees.
Phil Collins is good, which I'm not. Well, he's the guitar player for Def Leppard. Why is he on there?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not in there already as a solo artist. That's kind of surprising.
That is very surprising.
Melissa Etheridge is really good. I wouldn't be hurt if she was in. Lauryn Hill, I've heard the name. Billy Idol, he was on last year and got axed too. In Excess, they'll definitely get in. Joy Division, I don't like them. I don't know them. New Edition, they'll probably get in. Oasis will definitely get in. Pink, maybe. Sade. I don't know. Shakira.
Her hips don't lie.
Luther Vandross. I'm surprised Luther Vandross isn't in already either. And Wu-Tang Clan. Whatever.
What do you mean, whatever?
What?
Wu-Tang Clan is a legendary group. They have like 10 members. RZA, Ghostface Killah, come on.
They have a triangle player, so the triangle player for Springsteen got in.
No,
so they're triangle player.
they all contribute verses. Like it's very good. 39 Chambers,
No
not the
idea.
Who, not the Wu-Tang Clan, the Wu-Tang Clan.
Remember the band?
So how many make it
Yeah.
out of that group?
They're playing.
Out of that list?
I
do we
think
know?
it's like half. I want to say. I think
half of them.
I think half
Yeah.
of them end up in.
Yeah.
Maiden won't get in.
Are
They don't
they-
like metal.
Are they doing the listener or the fan vote this year, or do you know? Or
I don't know. Probably not, because I don't know. They don't
Has
do anything
Maiden
right.
ever been nominated? I can't even think if they have.
I don't think so.
Have they been nominated before? Is this the first time?
this might be the first time they were nominated.
Yeah.
Nobody gets
Huh.
the first time.
No.
All right.
Stupid. And in other Maiden news, there's a documentary coming out in theaters. Its theatrical release is May 7th. And I'll just read I think this is the press release. Chronicling the band's 5-decade career, the film will only be available in theaters for a limited time. Tickets will go on sale March 18th. Directed by Malcolm Verneville and produced by Dominic Freeman, Iron Maiden Burning Ambition features both past and current interviews with the band members themselves, as well as admirers, including Javier Bardem. I have no idea who that is.
Javier Bardem.
Who's
He was the bad guy in Skyfall. He was the bad guy in No Country for Old Men.
You'd have to show
Oh,
me a
really?
picture.
Fantastic actor.
Okay, I didn't even-
Lars Ulrich, Chuck D.
Chuck D.
Yeah,
Public Enemy.
Maiden. According to a statement, viewers can look forward to a film that offers rare and intimate look at Iron Maiden's uncompromising vision and unwavering connection with their truly global army of fans. That's gonna be cool.
So I stand corrected. Maiden was nominated 3 times.
Oh,
Really?
This is their third
They have
nomination,
been, yeah.
along with Mariah Carey and Joy Division. They were also nominated 2 other times.
Really?
Yep.
Right,
Maybe the third time's a charm, BC.
Third time might be the charm.
Third time could be the charm.
He was also Stilgar in the new Dune movies. Lisan Al Gaib.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Javier Bardem. Come on.
I
Great
never knew his
actor.
name. How the hell would I know his
Played
name?
Anton Chigurh in No Country for Old Men. The guy with like the cow
I never saw
air
that
gun.
movie. I never saw
You've
it.
never saw Old Country? Oh, it's such a great movie.
Yeah.
Coen Brothers, come on.
Is there violence in it?
There's a lot of violence
I
in it.
can't, I can't be watching stuff like that. I'll have nightmares. All right. I think that's all I got for. Anybody got anything else? I think that was it.
No, I think that was it for
Made
news.
in Metallica. Okay, that's good. Hey, what a good place to leave it. So what are we listening to? Dylan, what are you listening to?
Well, I was on a little bit of an Ozzy kick after finishing his posthumous memoir, so I had a playlist of that going on. And then 2 artists that I really like, both released songs. I'm so sorry, Brad, I'm breaking the Ice Nine Kills ice on this episode. They released a new song called Twisting the Knife, featuring the actor McKenna Grace, who was in the new Scream movie, and it's kind of based off of Scream, which is this is the second time they've done a song based on Scream. Very radio friendly, it's okay. It's not my favorite. And then Foo Fighters released a new song, Your Favorite Toy, and this was okay too. Has your favorite vocal effect on the vocals that sound like it's kind of through like a bullhorn, or it's got that like grit to it. So you'd probably like that, but I thought it was good. I not like my favorite Foo Fighters song, but I thought it was a good good track. So that's kind of what I've been listening to this week.
All right. Brad, what do you got going?
Yeah, I think I've been on around this time of year before, and I think I've talked to you guys about this annual ice fishing trip that a bunch of us guys go on, and there's always a music theme. So I actually didn't choose the music theme this year, but it is related to an episode you guys did not too many weeks ago, right? The songs when you were 10.
Right.
So this guy brought up, he goes, hey, choose 2 albums that came out 10 years after you were born.
Really?
And then we needed some more material, so we said 1 album 20 years after you were born. So that was kind of cool. But I picked, I won't go into what the other guys did, but so I was born in 72, so 82, I picked Number of the Beast and Blackout.
Great choices.
So those were those choices, but now, yeah, so the 1 album 20 years after I was born. So yeah, shoot, if BB was on, he'd probably, he might know this. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Dylan, you may have heard of this band, but have you heard of a band called Sugar? So Bob Mould.
Yeah, I was gonna say
so
Bob
Husker
Mould from
Du,
Husker Du. Yeah.
That's who it was. So he had this band Sugar kind of in the early 90s when I was in college, and they had an album called Copper Blue that came out, I think, right when I was a freshman or sophomore, and so I picked that album too.
Is that like alt rock or what?
It's alt rock, yeah. It's almost like power pop, but kind of an alt rock feel to it. So pretty melodic stuff, which was cool. So other than that, kind of going out of format on a couple of subsequent episodes for the podcast. So I've been listening to a lot of Tom Petty and Hall & Oates.
Nice.
All right. BC, what do you got going?
How to makeup kiss. It's like I said, I got that Buffalo
Rock City.
Rock City thing, and that just
Three in a well.
threw me to the well there, and then of course going through tonight's episode.
All right.
There wasn't a lot of material to listen to for tonight.
No.
I struggled.
It was tough. It was tough. Yeah, for me, I today actually on my way to work, I threw on Tesla, Great Radio Controversy. Hadn't listened to that in a while. Awesome album. And thanks to Canada Rob, I had asked him like last year to make me a list of good songs from the band Saga from Canada. So he made that for me. I rocked out to it for a while. I've been listening to it on and off. But then I bought my first Saga album the other day. It was $5 in the used record thing. I saw it. I'm like, I got to pick it up. So it was Worlds Apart. It was really good. It was like, I don't know, like rock, not like rock, but just like a good rock album. And that one song's like, Dance Here on the Loose. That, like the song everybody knows from them. I can't think of the name of it. Threw on a little Wasp Live in the Raw, a little Exodus Exhibition Exhibit B the other night, which in my opinion is the greatest thrash album ever recorded.
March of the Sycophants.
Oh my god, it's so good. Class Dismissed, fucking awesome. And then I did the another little Canada thing, little Honeymoon Suite self-titled album. So enjoying a little stuff from Canada, a little stuff from the States. So for me, I got a little Tesla, a little Saga, Wasp, Exodus, Honeymoon Suite, Makeup Kiss for BC, still Buffalo Rock City. Dylan's got some Ozzy, some new Ice Nine Kills, and a new Foo Fighters song. And Brad's got Number of the Beast, Blackout, and Sugar. So you're 2 for 3 there, Brad. And then also some Tom Petty and some Hall & Oates Going, which I'm sure is research for another show. Which we kind of did do a regrets section on the one episode that we had Gary Kapp on, and I think everybody picked Tom Petty as a concert regret. None of us had seen him.
I think that's right. Yeah.
None of us had seen him.
Yeah.
And of course it's impossible now, but so that's what we got going. So we're gonna get into the crux here, and so what I thought was do something that was kind of easy, but then when you get doing it, kind of wasn't. And I wanted everybody to make a double live Iron Maiden album, but you had to use only official live release tracks from Maiden, and you can only use like 3 from any one album. BC didn't get that role apparently by the look on his face.
It was not written on the schedule.
Yeah,
but it was verbalized. It was verbalized.
Oh, you know,
It was in the text
listen
group.
to you when
it was
you
in
talk.
the text group. Well, I should say because no one ever answers the fucking text group, hardly ever. I'll find the text.
You know what, Steve? I think that was just you and I.
No, I think I sent it to them too.
I think that was a side text where I asked the question.
Don't worry, BC. I didn't do it either.
We'll see. All right, so we're giving you a couple minutes so you can do your.
I can't just put 3 tracks from Rock and Rio. What are you talking about?
Sure you can. All right. Well, anyway, so only me and Brad will be going by that. So that's okay. Who gives a shit, right? So I wanted like 20 songs, and so you can make up your album. So here's the albums that I came up with that I could find. Live After Death, Real Live One, Real Dead One, Donington, Rio, Hammersmith, the BBC ones, Death on the Road, Flight 666, In Vivo, Maiden 88, Book of Souls live chapter, and Legacy of the Beast one, and then there's also some live tracks on a couple compilations.
Did you say Knights of the Dead?
Yeah, that's the Legacy one, the Knights of the Dead.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Knights of the Dead, Legacy of the Beast. That's right.
Yeah, that's what that was. Yeah. So that's what I got. So, BC, what do you got?
Oh, and made in Japan.
Oh, Made in Japan. I do.
Yeah.
I didn't write that down, but I did
yeah.
include that.
Yeah.
I think I have something from there. Maybe. We'll see. All right, BC.
I didn't do too bad. I didn't break the rules that much.
All right.
But I did go into it knowing it.
Okay. It might have just been me and Brad, because he asked me, and I don't know if I passed along or not. Because I honestly didn't even think of that until Brad asked me.
Oh, okay. Oh, like you said, this is. I was like, I made it. And you get to sit down like, ooh, I knew. And then after so long, I was getting to the point where, was that on this or was that on? You know what I mean? And then I had pieces of paper over the friggin' place, and then I just.
And then Renee cleaned up and you were fucked.
I struggled with this. I was trying to. I usually have a system, but there was no system to this. So to my first record, I guess you would say, is a double record, right?
Yep, double album.
Of course, you got to open up with the Churchill speech. Can't be a main show without that. Of course,
There's been a lot of Maiden shows without that.
not in my book. I love when they put that out there.
Most of these albums don't have that. There's 2 of them, I think, that open with
Well,
that.
I picked all the songs for those 2.
Okay.
I could have picked for 3 albums. 2
Well,
albums.
which version of Churchill's speech did you pick? Did you pick the...
I did not. I just picked it.
Oh, okay.
Now you'd have me going back, and I'd be going through all these.
We won't count that as you count that as a song.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Just the intro. Okay.
The first song, be Aces High. I'm going to take the one off Flight 666. Just certain things that stand out to me. Where Steve Harris, the great Nicola McBrain, and fucking Bruce Dickerson. Second song, Prisoner. From Made in England, 88. I guess I was checking out our new deck musical source. Crank up the extra bass. I'm like, yeah. So I picked that one for those musical reasons, because is why I picked most of these. Are they the best versions of it? I just sound. I want to. Sound is what made
Little rawness to it.
rawness to my list. Third track off first album would be Power Slave off Book of Souls. Track 4, Where Eagles Dare. Classic drum intro to that. That's off Real Live Dead one. Track 5 would be Tail Gunner off of Live at Donington. Switch up a little bit, going a little later for Passchendaele, Death from the Road. The intro to that. That's why I picked that one. 7's going to be Die With Your Boots On from Live After Death. Track 8, The Red and the Black off the Book of Souls. So there's my 2. Track 9, From Here to Eternity off Live at Donington. So that'd be 2 for that one. And I'm going to finish up my first album with The Dance of Death from Death on the Road.
What was the one before that?
From Here to Eternity,
Okay.
Live at Donington. Okay, no, these were just the way the song hit me at the moment.
Yeah.
Because then I hear this, I lean that way down here. And I was going over the place. Is there really bad Maiden? I
Very
would-
few.
Yep.
Very few. I would say I'm going to say later on in the episode. I see what I was kind of surprisingly turned off to.
Quest for Fire.
What was the 10th one, BC?
Dance of Death.
That's right. Okay. And off of which one?
Death on the Road.
The Death on. Yep. Okay.
And in my second record, it's going to start off with The Klansman from Night of the Dead. Mexico City, right? Mm-hmm. I guess Night of the Dead. And that's just one of the probably easily top 6 songs of Iron Maiden for me.
Really?
I love that song.
He likes the Blaze version better.
Yeah, let's not get crazy now. And then second track is going to be Fear the Dark off of Flight 666. The crowd in that one just is so into it. It's just crazy. Number 3, Afraid to Shoot Strangers off of Live at Donington. So much better with Bruce. After that, number 4, Wasted Years off Made in England 88. Number 5 is going to be The Journeyman from Death on the Road. That song's been growing on me. Catches my ear. Track 6 off is going to be For the Greater God off Night of the Dead. Track 7 is going to be Steve's favorite, The Evil That Men Do off Made in 88. Which I think I might be at my 3 limit on that.
We'll let you slide.
Track 8 is going to be Running Free from Live After Death. Just Bruce Dickerson, come on. Track 9 is going to be Number of the Beast off Book of Souls from Whackin'. And 10th track is going to be 2 Minutes to Midnight off Night of the Dead. Now, that last in the notes, I was going to ask you, I never got around to it.
What?
Supposed to be 2 more. This is
What do you mean?
2 more songs.
The bonus
bonus
ones.
tracks.
Bonus track.
Yeah, you can do bonus tracks.
Well, no, you would
You
you would put out that two bonus tracks that you would like to see on a live album.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that part.
and I messed that up, so I don't have it right now.
Okay, so you don't have the bonus tracks.
I have bonus tracks, but not.
I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. Now I got to think of 2.
See, I
Quest for Fire.
just
probably
did that. Quest for Fire.
The Quest for Fire.
So there's my double album. There's so much you can put on. You can't put everything that's so good onto 2 records, in my opinion, and then I can start sweating and getting like the draft or something. I said, just right now. Brad, what do you think?
So you covered a lot of ground, but I was just trying to look back. I don't think you had any, Running Free. I was looking for Diano songs, and I think that's the only one, unless
I believe so. Yes.
unless
is.
I'm missing something. But
Nope.
yeah,
No,
I love, because when I do these lists, I want to do the whole, their whole career, and you did that, and then, even though you thought you broke the rules,
You're pretty close.
Thought you,
I think it,
yeah, I thought you did good. You you didn't have everything off of Live After Death and and Flight 666, so you had some big songs on some later albums. So I like it, and I'm with you, Klansman. I'm a big fan. So like to see that there.
plus, I like Braveheart. So. All right, Dylan, what do you think?
A lot of good picks. We have a lot in common, but you went different albums with them. There is one song that we had the same exact version and the same exact placement, which is very funny. And I think that you had some really good picks. I'm loath to talk about a lot of them because I do have some versions that you have, and I don't want to spoil my thoughts on it, but I think that it's a very BC list, and that's I knew you were going to pick Passchendaele. Like, I knew Passchendaele was a BC staple, and that's your like song from Dance of Death.
Top 5.
So, yeah, I knew you were going to pick that. That was on my bingo card.
And I gotta say, Dylan has an Iron Maiden shirt now.
I do, yep.
He's
I'm
the only
wearing
one. I don't know what Brad does, but
wearing my Transylvania shirt.
That's cool too.
Yeah,
Nice.
Did we get you that one?
yeah. It was that one in the Ghost of Navigator.
There's nothing on the back.
Nothing
though,
on the
right?
back, no.
Okay. Well, I know I definitely had, but I forgot about that one. I hadn't seen you wear that one yet.
Yeah.
Steve.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 6 songs match. Only 2 exact album versions, but not in the same order. But some of them, like, I knew you were gonna have Passchendaele. Journeyman surprised me.
Yeah.
For the Greater Good of God surprised me.
Really?
And Klansman didn't surprise me. Tail Gunner kind of surprised me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong, but I was kind of surprised you picked that though. Oh no, Brad, he has Wrathchild, so
There are songs
oh
I misunderstood for the bonus. That's not.
oh okay oh okay
But there were supposed to be songs that you like to see.
right okay.
I-
Well, we'll think about that because we could do them at the end because I didn't do that at all, so I'll think about that. All right, so Brad, you came up next actually.
Nice. Okay, so when I saw the double Maiden live album, so mine's basically a 2 LP album. Is that what you meant, or did you mean two separate live albums? You know what I mean?
No, I figured it was just
Like Devil Live Gonzo.
well, yeah, right.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so I understood. So as you guys were talking, earlier, tons of songs, right? Lots of songs to choose from, and lots of obviously duplicate songs, but different versions and that type of thing. So, as I mentioned, I like to try to span the band's full career in this type of a type of an exercise. But when I was thinking about it, I'm like, can I really choose a classic song, not choose the Live After Death version, and should I use the later albums for kind of some of the newer stuff? So then I decided to kind of focus on some of the albums that commemorated tours that I saw. So I've seen Maiden 13 times, and from 1988 to 2024, 13 times. So a lot of these albums were recorded on tours that I saw, but then I thought I have to represent Maiden Japan and Live After Death as well, even though I did not see those tours. So that's kind of what I decided to do. So mixture of old and new, quick hitting songs, epic long songs are all included, but mine kind of goes in chronological order, just based on the way it was gonna shake out. Of course, the Maiden England, I know it's Maiden England 88, and I think it was released in 94 and 2013. Did you guys see that? It's kind of confusing on when it actually
because they
came out, right?
Yeah, they put it out after the tour, but
it was a video, I think.
Yeah.
VHS.
Yep. It was at the NEC, whatever that is. And,
yeah.
But then they re-released that I have it on picture disc. And
okay.
I think they released that when they did the tour that was like that. You know what I mean? Like where they did Seventh Son again, and they did kind of that. I think that's when they released that. That's when that tour was. So I think that's how that came out.
In 2013,
right?
I think. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of put that in order here, just so this kind of works. So all right. So my first two actually come off of Maiden Japan, and I went with Wrathchild and Killers. And Killers is one of my favorite Di'Anno. Well, it's my favorite Di'Anno album, but it's also one of my favorite Di'Anno era songs. So had to include a couple of those. So then Live After Death. So I only included 3 songs from this, and so one, Rime of the Ancient Mariner, from that tour, obviously was the tour supporting that album, which it came off of. So had to include that. In BC, you included Runnin' Free. It's long, right? But I love Dickinson's interaction with the crowd and the crowd participation. That's awesome. And then I also included Die With Your Boots On, but I think BC, you had it off that Maiden 88 one. I think that's what you said. So I would include it. Okay, so moving on to a real live one. So I only included one song from that, and it's Be Quick or Be Dead. Have always loved that song. Never seen them do it live, but love that song. And I think it kicked off that tour, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so Be Quick or Be Dead would be my 6th pick. And then I'm kind of skipping along and get to Rock in Rio, which was obviously the Brave New World tour, which I did see. And I've got Wicker Man, which, what else do you say about Wicker Man? And then Ghost of the Navigator. And I know there's people on this call that are big fans of that song as well. But so kind of a quick hitter, and then an epic song off of that as well. So that brings me to 8. And then BBC Archives. So a couple other things as I was thinking about this. I'm like, all right, Number of the Beast. How many versions of Number of the Beast, was on all of these different albums? And I thought, well, how am I going to pick one? So I actually listened just to the first minute, I guess, of each one, and I went with the best scream when it kicks in.
Okay.
So that is off of the BBC Archives disc 1. And that's, I think, the best opening scream. But they're all different, so it was actually kind of interesting exercise to go through to try to find the best one. So let's see. So that brings me to 7, 8, 9. All right. So then my 10th song. So fast forward to Flight 66, and I went with Revelations, which obviously it's on Live After Death, but I already exhausted that album, and this version is just as good, lends itself to the live setting, obviously with the start and stop riffing and the crowd noise, and you can just picture Bruce, right, standing on one of those monitors and directing the crowd to scream. So that's my 1 through 10. And then the side 2 with the next 10. So starting with In Vivo. So this was the Final Frontier tour, which I saw, and I don't remember the name of that tour, but they kind of did a summer tour before that
like a
album
pre-tour.
came out. What was that called?
I don't know, because we saw that too. And they did.
Right.
They did El Dorado.
They did just El Dorado,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah, and then they did the Final Frontier, and we saw that one too.
You saw both of them, so
Yeah.
I just saw that kind of teaser one. But I was always a fan of the song "The Final Frontier." Again, I know it's kind of a quick hitter. Obviously, that long intro is not there, but I always liked that song. So I've got the title cut from that album on there. And then we get to the Maiden England '88, which again came out in 2013. So this was the Seventh Son of the Seventh Son tour was the first tour I saw with Iron Maiden. So had to pick 3 from this just because of that, right? And the first notes I heard Maiden play was Moonchild, so had to pick Moonchild from this, which it was interesting. I think Flight 66, they played Moonchild, like, I don't know if it was part of the encore.
It was an encore,
or if it was
yeah.
later in the show. And, it wasn't like that intro that you get. It was kind of, I think they were actually playing it. It wasn't.
They did, yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. But I chose the version off of Maiden '88. And then I went with The Prisoner, which, oh man, I mean, it's good on the BBC archives, but this again brings back memories of the drum intro and the spotlights going all over the arena and stage as prison lights. It was awesome. And then had to choose another song from Seventh Son, and Infinite Dreams is the one that I chose. I almost chose Can I Play with Madness, Steve, just for you, but I don't think they actually, I mean, I don't mind it live when you're there, but listening to it live, they can never recreate the chorus, which I think that's your least favorite part of the song, I think, right?
Yeah, it doesn't help live.
Doesn't help. They can't recreate it. So let's see. So that gives me 4 on side 2. So then Book of Souls live chapter, and I saw this tour as well, and had to choose a couple from here. So I went with another quick hitter off of one of those later albums. So Speed of Light, love that song. And then I took Wasted Years actually after that, or off of that. I think they closed that show with that song, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah.
took those 2 from there, and that gets me to 6. And then Knights of the Dead, so Legacy of the Beast tour. So I saw that twice, right, when they were doing the kind of the actual Legacy of the Beast tour, but then they turned back around and did it again when the album came out. So I went with this version of Aces High, and lots of versions of Aces High on all these albums. So kind of like Number of the Beast, I wanted to go with the best use of vocal delay and chaos during the chorus, and I think this one captured it. Where Eagles Dare from here, never had seen them play this live, so blown away by that by that song and had to have that here. And then BC giving some Klansman love. So I went with the Klansman off of this album as well. And then so I kind of broke the rules a little bit, Steve, because I went with 4 songs off of Nights of the Dead and went with Flight of Icarus.
We forgive you.
Yeah, hey, it's Flight of Icarus, right? How do you go wrong? And great version of that classic on one of these later albums. So Steve, what'd you think?
What I like about doing this show is everyone has a different approach of how they think about how they're going to do it and how it comes out. And I never in a million years thought about doing it this way. And I'm not surprised that you did it this way, not at all. Knowing you know.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I
absolutely.
talk about, right?
I like how you did it, though. Wrathchild and Killers from Made in Japan. Die With Your Boots On was a great pick. Be Quick or Be Dead. And I liked how you approached picking the Number of the Beast. You went with the best scream at the beginning. I won't even attempt to do that. Revelations, always loved that one. And Final Frontier from In Vivo. I actually watched the In Vivo DVD the other day.
Oh, nice.
And it's the first I watched that in forever. And like I was just, that beginning is just like terrible.
It's
so stupid. But when it kicks in, it's great. And you don't realize how short that song is.
That's right.
Because that fucking intro is so long, and it's ridiculous. But
kind of ruins the song. Yeah.
You got Moonchild, Prisoner, Infinite Dreams. That was on my short list. That was a close one. The Legacy of the Beast, Where Eagles Dare. I mean, that was the first Maiden song I ever saw live, so I always have a soft spot in my heart for that one. And, and I was glad you picked Icarus too. That was, first video with Nico.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. BC?
All right. Like Steve said, it's cool how everybody comes from different angles on this. And I don't know. How do you say there's a bad version of Iron Maiden? Usually, like, live song-wise, not band line.
Right.
Otherwise, I can go into detail of it. Anyways, I like you picked Be Quick or Be Dead. That's killer song in my book. The Wicker Man. Revelations. That was almost made a list. Infinite Dreams and Speed of Light are another good ones. Can't go around this.
I gotta. Nice.
You gotta.
Nice.
It's a badge of honor.
It is. All right, Dylan.
I really appreciate how you approached making the album with kind of focusing on the stuff that you were able to see on tour. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that since I've only seen them twice. Both albums. No, not the second one. The first album is at least recorded because I saw the Book of Souls tour. But I'm glad you picked The Prisoner because that's a vivid concert memory of all of us involved in this podcast tonight, singing along to it at Wells Fargo in Philadelphia. Great time.
That was awesome.
Always one of my favorite Maiden songs. Great choices. We have a couple of glaring similarities that I'll go into. It's very funny. One of the albums, we picked the same exact songs basically. Klansman was originally on my list, but then I took it off because I quickly decided to go in format because I had ideas in how to go with the rules. So now I have changed mine and removed the albums that I had more
You
than
didn't
three.
have to.
Well, I did. I wanna stay within the rules as much as I can.
Well, I may or may not have broken the rules myself.
Oh yeah, see there it is. Yep.
You should know that, man. Come on.
But very good album, Brad. I would listen to it.
Yeah, nice. Did either of you guys, Steve or BC, did you guys see Blaze
No.
version?
No.
of Maiden at
No.
all?
No,
So
I remember.
I fell into a free ticket. I saw the Virtual 11 tour in '98. I think Dio opened, but I think that was the first time. I didn't know any of those songs, but I heard the Klansman, and I was a fan of it. But then I heard Bruce sing it, and I was more of a fan of it. So,
After you heard Bruce, he said,
Now,
Did you get to see Como Estáis Amigos live?
I don't remember. I don't know if that was on the set list, but I did see it.
Brad, did you see that in an arena or like a theater?
So, yeah, it's interesting, right? Because I know some other people that saw that tour. When it came to Detroit, it was in the big amphitheater. It was at Pine Knob, which is crazy because I think it was hitting a lot of smaller places, but when it went to Detroit, they put it in a 15,000 seat amphitheater.
How was the crowd?
It was okay. I was actually in the lawn, but yeah. And then the next year I saw the Ed Hunter tour and it was sold out. So it was, yeah, there were definitely, I mean, the crowd was fair. It was fair.
All right, so now we got BC's and we got Brad's in. So we are going to do our gem song, which I'm tying it in with the beginning of the show. We're going to do the Iron Maiden version of Burning Ambition. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed Burning Ambition. I didn't really a whole lot because I really don't like the song, but
Well, why'd you?
because it tied in with the episode. It's okay.
BC just getting done saying, "Oh, there's no bad Maiden," and then
It's
you're
okay.
like, "I don't like this one."
It's okay. I don't hate it, but it's just not. I listened to it today. I'm like, ooh, now I know I don't listen to this a lot. Anyway,
It wouldn't have fit on a Maiden album. I don't think.
No,
I
it's
think,
too
it's too I don't
mainstream,
know.
too poppy,
Yeah.
too something.
Yeah.
Too not Maiden.
Two not Maiden.
Too not
Two not
Maiden.
Maiden.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do a little hidden gem action here. We don't get to do it a lot, but we got a little time tonight. And Brad, why don't you go first, buddy?
Yeah, so I think when this episode will drop, it will have been 2 weeks prior to this. I released an episode, and I talked the whole time about Madam X. Can you believe it?
I listened.
So the album they released in 2017 was titled Monstrosity, but the song Die Tryin' is a jam. So if you haven't given that album a shot, I mean there's both of their albums, they only have 2 albums and they've been around for 45 years or whatever, but I think there are gems on each of those, but there are clunkers on both of them as well. But check out Die Tryin'.
We saw them on Monsters of Rock. They played one of the pre-parties, right?
You guys,
BC?
yeah, you guys were not. It was not good.
Yeah, we didn't enjoy that very much.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, how about you?
In 2012, Testament put out their Dark Roots of Earth album, and there is a kind of CD bonus track 4-song selection where they do a cover of Dragon Attack by Queen, Animal Magnetism from Scorpions, and the hidden gem for me tonight, Power Slave from Iron Maiden. Very good track, very cool to hear it testamented up, and I just love when heavy bands cover heavy songs, and this is one of those instances. So check it out if you haven't.
All right, cool. I am going to stick with Maiden on this one, and I'm picking this one in honor of BC and partly Brad. So on the best of the B-sides, there's a song called it's from the X Factor, and it's called "Blood on the World's Hands."
Blood on the world.
With Blaze singing. I think it's actually really good. It's live from Uveli Stadium in Gothenburg, Sweden. Recorded January 11th, 1995, and it's not bad. It's not bad. Aftermath is also on there. That's not so great. But Blood on the World's Hands from the best of the B-sides. What do you got, PC?
Okay, well, I was on a fishing trip and came across these guys.
You were fishing?
No, like when I go looking for.
Okay.
I call it fishing.
When he went to go see the band Fish.
Okay, all right.
Called the fishing trip.
But came across this band called Boiler Room, and the album's called Rectify. So I picked the song Rectify. It's featuring Bumblefoot.
Oh, nice.
But musically, it's kind of like a heavy music, some double bass, like tinges of Black Sabbath. It's very all over the place.
Like a mix, good mix.
Not a lot of changes, but just influences throughout it. You're like, oh, I hear this, I hear that, you know.
Okay.
But if you're most songs are kind of angry feel to it, so.
All right.
Again,
And you're an angry person.
I'm angry most days, so I get into this. So.
All right.
Be prepared to be angry.
All right, so that's what we got going. I got Blood on the World's Hands from the best of the B-sides with Blaze on vocals. BC's got Boiler Room, Rectify, the title track. Dylan's got the 2012 Testament version of Power Slave. That was a bonus track on Dark Roots of the Earth album. And Brad's got the song Die Trying from the Monstrosity album from Madam X. Okay, time for my album. I came up next in the rotation, and I approached this like I wanted to make a new double live Maiden album that could be a show. And with Kevin Shirley mixing, like he's been doing for like Flight 666 and ones that have songs from different shows everywhere, it still sounds like one show. So, except when Bruce says, hello Santiago, and then he'll say hello, Los Angeles or whatever, the next one. But, so this is going to be my cohesive album. How he's going to do this with some of the, how it sounds or whatever, but this is what I would want. I start off with Be Quick or Be Dead from the Live in Donington 98. I like that album. I think it's got a raw, it kind of sounds like it's like a soundboard release. I like the sound of it. And second song, and I don't think anybody picked this song yet, The Trooper. But it's the That Down the Road version. Listen to that version. Nico does this fast, and it sounds like double bass drumming in this song, in this version. It's fucking crazy. I love that version because it's just like it's so fast, but like Nico's kick drum is just like out of control. Then I picked a Blaze track, Man on the Edge. Its live version of it is on the Fear from Eternity compilation album. Great with Bruce singing it. A man, a lunch, a man, a briefcase.
A briefcase, a lunch, and a man on the edge.
There you go, Dylan. I that song friggin' rips. I've always liked that song, whether it be Blaze singing it or Bruce singing it. Then I went to the first song that I've ever heard my Iron Maiden do, Where Eagles Dare, on the Knights of the Dead, the live Mexico City one. Got to see that on the Legacy of the Beast tour. I was so happy to see that again. I hadn't seen that song live since 1983. One of my favorite movies to begin with. And the backdrop was so cool. It was like the cable car and the eagle's nest. Bruce came out with the winter coat on. It was fucking cool as shit. And then I go to one of my favorite all-time Maiden songs from Flight 666, Heaven Can Wait. That version just is fantastic. The solos are just killer in there. I still want to go out on. They don't do it anymore, but I still want to go out on the stage and do the whoa whoa whoas with them. That's my ultimate bucket list to do. Next track, I matched the song and the album with BC. Power Slave from the Book of Souls live chapter 1. Just great. Always good to see that song. And I like that one because they didn't do it on every tour, but it was always cool and they busted it out. And I go to a track from, I think it's on Fear of the Dark, Afraid to Shoot Strangers from a Real Live one. I love that song. Although I will say I do prefer Blaze singing this song. There's a video version of Blaze doing this live, and he sings it fucking excellent. But I did pick the one from Real Live one because there's not an official release of that with Blaze singing it. And then I go to The Prisoner from the Maiden, England in '88. And guys, did we not rock the fuck out to that song in Philadelphia?
Yep.
We absolutely lost our shit when that song was fucking playing. It was awesome.
We owned that place.
Oh, absolutely. We had that
awesome.
was just so fucking awesome.
Drop your black book.
I mean, and you cannot get that feeling sitting in a fucking seat. You can't. You got to be on the floor for this shit. Next track, I picked this one. I don't know if anybody picked anything from this album. I think maybe BC picked one of them. From Beast Over Hammersmith, I picked the bonus track from Number of the Beast, Total Eclipse. Love that song. Why this did not make the album over Gangland, which I don't know why they didn't put both of them on there, by the way. Total Eclipse, love that. I love that middle part is great. Then I went to a favorite of Dylan's next. I did the Red and the Black from the Book of Souls live chapter. I remember the day that came out, Dylan used to work at the library here as well, and we were both kind of, secretly working with our earbuds in, and we were both like, the Red and the Black. We like it instantly hit the both of us, and so it was that absolutely had to make my list. Then I had to go to Made in Japan for one. I had to get one of the songs in there. I did Innocent Exile from Made in Japan, one of the first 5 Iron Maiden songs that I ever heard. Still love it. And then Brad, I was going with this one, Rockin' Rio, Ghost of the Navigator.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite Maiden songs. This one always hit me. I love Wicker Man, but like I love Wicker Man because Ghost of the Navigator is the next song. I like it even more. I went to the BBC archives. I gave Bruce a little break. He's been singing a lot, so I did Transylvania from the BBC archives. Back to Rockin' Rio, Sign of the Cross. I got a lot of Blaze stuff in here now that I look at this. Great song on Rockin' Rio. It is just so amped up, and it's funny too because we saw this tour in Scranton at Montage Mountain, and then when they did this one, Bruce is in this cross, has this big lighted cross at the top of the stage, and then it was so weird seeing it when you saw the Rockin' Rio DVD, and that wasn't a part of the show. Because of the religious whatever down in South America. They didn't do that in South America on the tour, but they had it when they did it in the United States. So I had to put this one on there. I just watched it the other day from In Vivo. I did When the Wild Wind Blows. I've always loved that song. It's a fantastic deep track, absolutely killer track. And then Brad, I went with the Number of the Beast from Death on the Road, real high energy song. Next I went into Moonchild. from Flight 666. And in that version, you get the band introductions and everything. That's kind of cool. Dave Murray, he has 2 guitars. Why have one when you can have 2? And they do actually play that intro on there too. And then so before my encore, like last track encore is another track from Beast Over Hammersmith, Run to the Hills. Out of all of this live albums that this song is on, give this one a listen. It is the most high energy version of this song, and it's like early in the set list. It's like not an encore. It's like a new track on the album. It's a new single. They play it early in the set, but it is so high energy. My encores will be, you notice I didn't have any Live After Death until now. Encore, Churchill has his say, then I come out to Aces High. I had to do 22 Acacia Avenue, side 4, killer, and then I had to close it out with Hell Will Be Thy Name from Live After Death. That is just the ultimate version of that for me, with just the crowd swells and just absolutely fantastic. So that's what I got. What do you think, Dylan?
We have a couple of crossovers, which I find very, very interesting, the ones that we picked. So I won't talk about those, but I think that having the Trooper so early is pretty crazy, but good. To kind of not get it out of the way, but like get the fans happy early, and then can kind of sway them throughout the album. Total Eclipse was an interesting one that you put on there. Wasn't expecting that, but I think that was a really good set list, and I did a similar thing to you where I was envisioning a show. So, great minds think alike on that. So
All
we'll
right.
have to hear how I did after we hear what everybody else thinks of your albums.
All right, Brad.
Yeah, so I think I liked, if it was side 1 or side 2, I liked your side 1. I mean, Be Quick or Be Dead, right? And I had it on there. Where He Goes There, which you had it the same one as me. I knew you were going with Heaven Can Wait, but yeah, why aren't there any Whoa-Ohs on that Flight 666 version? That would be very, very cool. The Prisoner, Made in England, awesome. Red and the Black, that was on. That almost made my list on the Book of Souls live chapter album, but yeah, didn't make it. But yeah, I'd like to see some of the Blaze stuff that you had was cool, and I like how you teased us all with no Live After Death until the end. So cool list.
All right. What do you think, BC?
Trooper. I was doing mine. I get done. I'm like, the fucking Trooper now. How the fuck do I not have the Trooper on mine? Again, how I get lost in the Maiden. Ego's there. Heaven Can't Wait. That was number one that I would love to put on. Sign it across. I don't mind Blaze when Blaze is Blaze, but not in Maiden.
Okay.
I have Blaze albums on vinyl, just not. I do have those two.
I was gonna say, you
But
don't have those
there's 3 inches of dust on them.
I do. They're like brand new. They're plastic still on them. When the Wild Wind Blows, another good one. Moonchild, 22 Acacia Avenue. That's a classic. I just missed mine.
All right. That's everybody. Last but not least, for sure, Dylan.
Yes.
Dylan's our encore.
Yes. So I did a similar situation with you where I was trying to envision a show of sorts where the album is kind of open, close, and the songs in the middle represent a live show. Maybe a live show that never would happen, but
Nonetheless.
And there are certain albums that I had a lot of representation from because they were kind of the albums that I always connected with their live one. Like Rock in Rio was kind of my first come to Jesus moment for Maiden, I would say, because that was really when I was starting to realize music and what I liked from hard rock, heavy metal, and Maiden was having their epic comeback, and you were really excited about it, so you were playing it all the time. So that's kind of an album that I had at first 4 songs from, or 5 songs. It was 5 from there. And then Flight 66 is an album that I would listen to over and over because I really like that. So I cut those down. I made some changes, and now everything should be hunky-dory in terms of no more than 3 per album. So I started off the album. I knew a lot of people were going to pick Churchill's Speech, Aces High at some point, so I wanted to kind of go off the beaten path. So I opened up with Wicker Man from Rock in Rio because the crowd's excitement in that album just makes every song so much better. And just hearing the trio of the guitarists for the first time live is such an amazing experience. And for me, Wicker Man always has to be followed with Ghost of the Navigator, so I put Ghost of the Navigator from Rock in Rio right after that. I love the version of it. Bruce's soulfulness singing the your time will go. So good. My third track, I put this on here because I loved the camaraderie we all felt singing this song in Philadelphia, The Prisoner from Live After Death. One of my favorite tracks off of my favorite Maiden album. And then I went to Flight 666 for the first time with Power Slave because I love Bruce's "Scream for me, Costa Rica, scream for me, Costa Rica." Like I love that call out through the song, and that's why this is my favorite version of Power Slave. And then I went to Wasted Years from Flight 666 because I love Adrian co-singing the chorus with him. And in this album, you could really hear Adrian out front, and I think he sounds great. So I wanted to throw that version out there because I think it's fun that Adrian gets to sing a song that he penned. So wanted to give that out. My track 6 is from En Vivo, Coming Home. I think it's a very underrated track from Final Frontier, and it's got that kind of like sway, and the Bruce kind of just sells it. It's a good Bruce selling song, and I just really like it. Number 7, another song that came from Bruce, and this is the better version of it. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter from a Real Live One. I think it comes off better live with the crowd kind of reacting to it and kind of singing along. I love the call and response with the "You'll bring your daughter, fetch your daughter." Like I think it works a lot better live than it does on the album. So I wanted to throw that out there. Number 8, I put out my first Paul Di'Anno song, "Murders in the Rue Morgue." Still Bruce singing. It's the Beast Over Hammersmith version, but I always love this song. I think Bruce sells this one really well, and I think it's a great track from Killers. My track 9, I had to go with the song that has a little swing to it, from Book of Souls Live Chapter, Death or Glory. I think this is a good kind of get up and go song from a very long album, and I just always enjoyed this one. Nico's drumming on it is just very, like I said, swingy, and I think it's very different for Maiden. And then my track 10 to close off my first album, I did the same thing as BC. I did Dance of Death from Death on the Road. I just think that these kinds of songs translate so well live of the storytelling Maiden, where Bruce gets to really sell the drama of it. And Dance of Death is a very, very underrated album for me, and I think this is a great track. So I open up my second album with Afraid to Shoot Strangers from Live at Donington. I like Bruce doing Afraid to Shoot Strangers. I think it's a great underrated song, and it's one that I thought originally was a Blaze Bayley song, but it's a Bruce song. Track 12, I go to Knights of the Dead, For the Greater Good of God, like BC did. I wish there were more A Matter of Life and Death songs available to pick live, because that album is great. They did it in its entirety live, so you would think that they would play more of them, but For the Greater Good of God is a fantastic track from that. Then I go back to the Paul Di'Anno era with Prowler from a Real Dead One. This is one that Bruce adds a little grit to it that Paul didn't quite have, and I think it's fantastic. 14, this is kind of the version of the song that for me set the precedent for how people react to it live going forward. Fear of the Dark from Rock in Rio. The audience singing the riff at the beginning. If you're the band, like that must have just been like a
Chills.
just a punch in the face of wow, that they're drowning out the guitar. It's how I always imagine the song now, is just hearing the crowd go, whoa. That Rio crowd, unreal. My track 15, I go to the BBC archives for 22 Acacia Avenue. I wanted to try and stay away from Live Live After Death as much as I could, so I went for like other versions of them. And I think this is a great song, and Bruce has that edge during the it's fantastic. Track 16, like you, Dad, I went to From Fear to Eternity for Band on the Edge. Love Bruce doing this song. It's the only get up and go song off of the X Factor. The only song with a little bit of pep in its step.
A little bit of chutzpah.
And I think it translates really well with Bruce doing it. And then I also did from Book of Souls Live Chapter for track 17, The Red and the Black. Yeah, I just have a vivid memory of being in that back room and I'm listening to it like next to you, and we're both rocking out. It's just such a good, long track from Maiden that deserves to be on my album. So then we go to the hits for the tracks 18 through 20. I picked the Flight 666 version of Number of the Beast. I think you could pick any version from Number of the Beast. I love how Brad picked the scream as the indicator of which version to go with. I think this is a good version in terms of the soloing. I think that the solos are fantastic on it, and it's an iconic song. Then I go track 19. I go the Iron Maiden from Made in England. The more recent versions, the tempo changes are kind of weird for me, so I went for one of the slightly older version, and I think this is a good version of it. And then I end off my album with Hallowed Be Thy Name from Live After Death. Hallowed Be Thy Name, my favorite Maiden song. Just an amazing track. The Live After Death version is unassailable. Fantastic. So for my bonus tracks, the songs that I wanted to have as a live option but did not, this is a song that I wish they played. I say it every time. Empire of the Clouds. I would have loved to have heard them do Empire of the Clouds live at least once. Even if it's like live in the studio, would have been really cool to see. And then I went to A Matter of Life and Death again. My favorite song from there, Brighter Than a Thousand Suns. I think that's such a good, like loud, like soft, loud song from them. And hearing Bruce sing the chorus live would be really, really cool.
Have you seen them do that?
In the studio, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great.
Fantastic.
But like hearing a crowd react to it would be really, really cool. So that's my album. What'd you think, Brad?
Yeah, again, great variety, covering their entire career. But yeah, I love the 1-2 punch of Wicker Man and Ghost of the Navigator in there. Wasted Years. So is that the version? I was kind of losing track, but is that the version where Bruce actually like calls out Adrian?
Yes.
Before he sings the. Okay, that.
Yep.
I thought that was it. That was cool. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter was on my short list. I'm with you, Dylan. I think it's an underrated song, and it really comes across well live, especially this version. So that was cool that you chose it for the greater good of God. Yes, I mean why was there not a live album when they did it in its entirety? I don't know, but like that. I think you and BEC both chose that, right?
Yes.
And then you and your dad chose Red and the Black, which again was on my short list, and then ending it with the three classics. Great list.
Thank you. BC, what'd you think?
Oh, great. I mean, The Wicker Man. I mean, every time I'm hearing that, it brings me back to when I first got that. Memories. Exciting times. Where else? Bring Your Daughter to Slaughter. I mean, love the bass in that. It's such a standout. Death or Glory. That was another good one. Murders in the New Morgue. Love that. Prowler. Iron Maiden. And,
He was the only one to pick that song tonight.
Yeah. and I was there, and I was like, and then Brighter Than a Thousand Suns. I mean, I totally love all Iron Maiden. Let's get that straight. But the longer stuff, I guess. Oof.
People hate that shit.
I don't
know
understand
why.
it.
I don't get it.
No. Very good.
Thank you. Dad?
All right. That's so awesome that you open up with Wicker Man. And it's weird because when I was watching in vivo the other day, the riff sounds different on that. Because I was like, what the fuck is this? And then when it kicked in, I'm like, oh, it's Wicker Man. But the beginning sounds different. I don't know why, but it did. 1-2 punch, Wicker Man, Ghost Navigator. I'll give it to BC. Prisoner, Killer, Wasted Years. You got the Wasted Years early in the set. They've been encoring that lately. Coming Home, no one else picked that from In Vivo. That does have a good like sway thing. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. I do like Fetch Your Daughter. Death or Glory. No one had that one. That's a cool one. Another Bruce aviation song, if you will. Prowler is really good with Bruce singing it. And the version of 22 Acacia Avenue on the BBC, raw. Yeah. Those tracks are freaking raw on there. They're great. Of course, Red and the Black. And like I said, you were the only one to pick Iron Maiden out of everybody. And I was thinking about that on the way up, and I'm like, I didn't put Iron Maiden there. But then I'm thinking like, well, thinking of the tracks I put, I'm like, well, I don't miss it. Yeah. I don't. I like the chorus. I don't like the verses. I don't like.
That was me with Run to the Hills, where I'm like so burned out on Run to the Hills that I'm like, I don't need it on my album.
And the only reason I put that on mine is because that version is just so has that crazy energy in it. In your bonus tracks, I would love to see Empire of the Clouds. Every single fantasy Iron Maiden concert that I picture has that song in it, whether it be and I don't know, I still don't know why they don't do an evening with Iron Maiden. I still don't I don't get that. If I see Raven Age one more time, I'm gonna fucking run into traffic. But like I can envision them like ending a set like do an evening with end a set with it or open up the second set with it. It would be fucking perfect. And Brighter Than 1,000 Suns, that song, the build in that song is so good.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see them. Well, I mean, I did see them play that song actually.
Yeah.
But like by the time that song came, like the crowd was just fucking shot. They were just like, please just play something else. Like I enjoyed it, but even for me, I'm like, this was not a great idea. They did like the whole album. They did like 5 other songs. People were fucking pissed leaving there. Brad, we did an episode on that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We did. Yeah.
So, but I think it was great. Excellent list. Fun. I love Maiden. I love talking about live Maiden. And so we're gonna go around. We'll wrap up. If you picked your bonus tracks, BC, Brad, if you picked any ones that you would like to see that were not live tracks on a live album, throw them out there. And then, if I don't know, can we all is Live After Death everyone's favorite Maiden live album?
Rock and Rio's mine.
Rock and Rio.
Well, yeah, I'd go with Made in England because it was the 7th song.
All right, well, so we're on. So everyone, give your top 2 live Maiden albums in your closing thing. So then we'll rock on out of here. So what do you got, Dylan?
First off, Brad, thank you for coming on. Always a pleasure to hear your opinions and talk with you about music. And it was great that we could talk about Live Maiden, and we all experienced Live Maiden together. So that's always really kind of special. The great thing about it is that you could kind of pick whatever flavor you'd like. If there's a Maiden song that's popular, there's going to be a bunch of different versions of it, and everybody can have a different favorite version of it, which I think is really cool because a lot of times they've had so many live albums that they're able to cover so much of their catalog, but also still have like the classic favorites. And a lot of times, like if you do a live album, either a band does the same set list over and over again, or they'll try not to repeat anything. And I like that Maiden, it's kind of a mix of both. So that's really cool. My favorite live albums from Maiden are Rock and Rio, and honestly, I think I like the documentary of Flight 666, and I think that's what makes me go to Flight 666 so much, because I have such vivid memories of rewatching that over and over again. But live album, I honestly really like the selection that The Legacy of the Beast had. I thought that was a really unique set list, and songs like For the Greater Good of God, like being put on there is crazy. So I think just in terms of wow or like surprise factor, that's probably my second favorite.
All right, Brad.
Yeah, thank you for the invite. You guys thought of me when you had Maiden come up, so I appreciate that. So Steve, to answer your question about the Wicker Man on In Vivo, I think I know why it sounded different. I think Yannick started it, and he was dancing so much that it sounded differently. Just throwing that out there.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch that now.
He didn't. I'm just
Oh,
giving
okay.
you shit. I'm just giving you
Because
shit.
I'm thinking, because they showed it from the back. I know that's Adrian,
It's Adrian.
but I know your
It's
guys' love
definitely-
for Yannick.
Yeah. It's definitely Adrian. So, bonus track. So yeah, kind of following in Dylan's footsteps with, but I went with 2 songs off of A Matter of Life and Death because hardly any of them were covered. So Brighter Than a Thousand Suns, which you said, Dylan, and I said The Longest Day.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
going.
those are the 2 that I'd love to see on a live album, and favorite live albums from Maiden. So as I mentioned, Maiden 88 Seventh Son just holds a special place since it was my first show, and then can't go wrong with Live After Death, just the memories of it. So those are my top 2.
BMFC.
All right, Brad. Always awesome having you on. Always a blast. Maiden. Oh my God, like you can go on forever. I mean, you can make 50 live albums here and still not use all the live material up. Excited for him to see him this year.
September?
Something like that.
I think so.
Excited? Nervous? I don't know. First time without Nico, so
I know. The guy was a little toy kit playing.
yeah, it's gonna be different. Eh? Going in open-minded, it's Maiden.
Yep. He's
But
solid.
He's solid.
He wouldn't be there if he wasn't.
No. So I can go on forever about these guys, but if I had to pick 2 that were never Empire of the Clouds, I mean that's such a classic Maiden song in my book. And it'd be cool. I like the longer songs, so I would like to see the Parchment. Later, longer material. I'm a fan of that. Some people aren't,
Oh, the Parchment's fucking awesome.
but there'd be 2 ones that they have not done live, so I would like to see it live.
All right.
If I
Good
had any
shout.
say in it.
Good call on that. Brad, thank you once again for coming on. I appreciate it. I know you got a ton of stuff going on with your kids in school and Slamfest and everything. Always great having Brad on here. And yeah, I love Maiden. I love talking about Iron Maiden. I love live Iron Maiden. There's not a live album that I don't like. I gravitate towards Live After Death because I had that in my hands when it came out. But other than that, like I go with Dylan Rock in Rio because that was like after the Blaze era. It was just such a like fuck yeah. When I'll always say it, I was more excited about Adrian coming back than Bruce, truthfully. But like when we went to see them BC, it was like fuck yeah. And then when they were doing the when you knew the live album was coming out, unbelievable. And I also go for Book of Souls live, and it's weird because on there you get the Great Unknown on the album, but when we saw them, we got Tears of the Clown. So got to hear one version, got to see one version of a song, and it's weird though because this last tour there's no album, no video, no nothing,
Which is
and there's
wild
not
because-
even a video from the live Mexico City one.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why. And that show was set up. What was it? It was like a section of war, a section of religion, and a section of classics or something like that. I guess the show was in 3 different segments because when you open up the trifold, I guess you would call it, of the album, that it's set up like that on the panels, I guess. But if you're looking for Maiden, they deliver with live albums, videos, except for lately, and but like their packaging is fantastic. You always get like let's say like a lyric sheet, or you get info like of how many guitar picks and beers and strings and everything they used, and all the the equipment, the lighting, and the trucks and all that shit. I love that technical stuff that they throw in there. They always deliver with that. Some of the artwork has been a little shaky, like the one the Mexico City one. The Eddie for that is kind of, I don't know.
I like it.
Do you?
I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but I don't know. I don't know if it's maybe just because the bobblehead's on my computer in there. I just look at it every day. Maybe that's why. But always great talking about Maiden. Great talking about Maiden live. And actually, Brad, you're going to see that tour, right?
Yeah, I'm. So my daughter, we moved her down. I think I talked about this.
Oh yeah.
The past episode, right? So I think I'm gonna see it in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah. Then you were going to come up to New Jersey, so.
And right.
So after,
right.
I mean, I think we should do an episode on it after we see it. So maybe we
Yeah.
can.
I think it's
something-
this. I think the Charlotte one is in. Yeah. Well, I think all those dates.
Yeah, I think they're
are
pretty
in
close
September.
together.
Yeah, they're all in September.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm still debating on whether going to the Hershey show. There's still pit tickets. Maybe we'll go BC. Game time decision. But once again, Brad, thank you for coming on. BC, good job. You get to let out some of your anger here tonight. You know what I mean? I like that little. Whew. Dylan, thank you for all you do. Just this awesome. And thank you everyone out there for listening. Always great talking Maiden. Great talking whatever we talk about here. It's always fun. I love that. For the most part, we're all in the same room. BB, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. It's nothing drastic or anything like that. He's just on the DL for this week, but always good to hear that he had a good report to me before we started to record. So it's always something, you know what I mean? It's always crazy, and this winter has just been fucking insane. So everybody, thank you for listening. If you're a vintage listener, welcome back. If you're a new listener, welcome. If you're a new listener, go back, check out. We got 8 years worth of shit out there. We have more coming. I was telling Brad that I have our schedule done, that I just handed these guys up until August. So we have a lot of stuff coming up. So it's gonna be a good year here on Hotter Than Hell. So everybody out there, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We will see you next time, and there definitely will be a next time.